coming back here, there is nothing nicer than what we have here. I'd like to start with some facts about the pollution from this plant. There are several major pollutants that go into the air, and I'll just go through them real quick. Sulfur dioxide, 150,000 pounds a year. Particulate matter, PM and PM10 microns, at 300,000 pounds per year. Nitrous oxides at 332,000 pounds per year. And the volatile organic compounds, which were denied a few minutes ago, at 55,000 pounds per year. I'd also like to address the issue of the trucking of all this material. It's been said we have 900,000 pounds of dry material. That would equate to about 1.2 million pounds of material harvested from the forest. That's a lot of breaking and cleaning up of limbs in a 50-mile area. And I don't think that's ever going to happen. If somebody can prove to me that any amount of workforce in this community can scratch together 1.2 million pounds of stuff from the forest floor every day, I'll eat my hat. Isn't going to happen. Second of all, 50 nautical mile or 50-mile radius of Fort St. Joe is only a semicircle. Everybody knows that. Half of what's left probably is either inaccessible or wetlands, and that doesn't leave a lot left over to scratch all this material from. The only way they're going to get that kind of material is from planting a rhododendrons. But we all know that's the case. California has spent over $1 million an acre getting rid of rhododendrons, which invaded their state. And I don't think this county has the money to do the same 5–10 years from now. This is a very invasive plant. It runs off rhizomes. When you truck it down the road in 100 to 200 trucks, which will be coming through the county every day, the rhizomes cannot be contained in the trucks. I don't care what they do. They'll go out on the side of the road, and this stuff grows 15, 20 feet tall. It blocks every species from getting to the waterfront. And our water in this whole county, all the canals and the creeks and streams, would all eventually be choked up by this stuff. And I don't think we ever want to go there. Who gets rich with this? Well, that's the big question. There certainly isn't any of us who are fighting it. We can only understand that possibly the city is going to make millions off the sale of water, and there are other industries in town here which will get a short-term profit from all the building, construction, and possibly a few jobs to follow. The real truth is who's going to pay the price for this whole thing? And that's going to be not the city, but it's going to be us as taxpayers. Also, I've heard a lot of commissioners who said that they couldn't understand what was in these documents, and they deferred the decision for the approval of the air permit to the DEP as being the major resource for the basis of this whole thing. And I don't think that's fair for us taxpayers to be deferring to the Florida DEP to tell us what's right in our community. We need more intelligence than that. So the end result, we have a few businesses that make a quick profit over the building of this plant over the next couple of years. We have a few low-paid jobs. We have 75 to 100 truckers who will be driving down the road, making, it's been said, 80 trips a day. But if they're going to bring in wood chips, that's not compressed product, and it'll require at least twice as many trucks to do that as the 80 to 100. So we could really expect anywhere close to 200 trucks to come through this town every day. And that's not at night, that'll be during the daylight hours, spewing out diesel fuel and adding to the pollution of the building industry will be depressed and our property values will be decreased. There'll be a lot more bucks in the city budget, however. The possible introduction of invasive plants is not acceptable under any circumstance for this project. And then the last thing is, who pays for the cleanup when this plant closes down in 10 years or 15 years? Who's going to cover that millions of dollars? And my closing statement is, these are not your resources to sell or give away. These are our resources. And they're given to us by God, and we're stewards of those, and we have to be real sure that we use